Longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Going to the air right away, Lawrence. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lawrence will throw. Being chased out left. Hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2.
Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to not the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class, seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united, a legion, my soul forever. I murder my adolescence, assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally dissect them to help them get back together. Wanting the strangest things, I handle it like 11. My point is I guard the kids. I should play for the Celtics. Watch how I Euro step them and curry them like I'm stepping. Whenever I'm in your town, the Warriors in your presence. I manifest my endeavors. I'm blessed and I'm getting better. I walk amongst living legends. Coach Contra will live forever. Oh.
New goals, baby boo. Got my wrist in these grits, tryna whip something new. I am sick of this rampant. So are you. Hold on, switch. Mama, I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. Hands Tito, she is.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants. Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing, Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Giants at 7-9 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
A first down carry for Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He's got a man, complete. It's a gain of 35.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Second down and goal. Lawrence. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Now Lawrence. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. 2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jones from the gun on third down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Let's go now.
They run it with Delage. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Azeez Ojulari,
the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Lawrence on first down.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Balaj. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again.
He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Jones.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Jalen Thompson picks it. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Kalen Balaj
with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. To the 43, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. They'll roll him out right.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off play action, Jones. Going right side, he finds Slayton.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Giants will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on them as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now Jones on 1st and 10.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. Finding room at midfield.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And now here is another interception.
And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
To about the 23.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Off the bootleg. Jones rolling to his left.
Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
It's Barkley on the counter. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 7.
Back to throw. Jones.
This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown.
A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. Following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're... They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards that time for number 14. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That is caught by Anderson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Azeez Ojulari able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on 1st down, Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Balaj, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
Rolling to his right. And it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Rodrigo Blankenship sets the kickoff.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive,
he's got a man complete. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's a give to Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Jones throwing for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Again, it's Balaj. And some space here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kalen Balaj, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a fifth straight victory.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cardinals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Ready.
Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 12-point game. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Jones to Barkley on the check down.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there.
Saquon Barkley on the ball carrier. Taking down right now. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
Got a man, Slayton. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards will take over possession here up at the 44.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
They'll run here with Balaj. Able to slither by. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
114 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow! Wow!
So the 2nd half comeback is now complete. They have battled from behind, taken the lead, and CD now, they just need their defense to stand up here and secure the victory.
And remember, they were trailing by double digits, fought their way back into this one. Now we find out the true definition of the team, don't we? Because one side of the ball just did its job. Now it's time for the other one to take over. Don't let them drive downfield and get the deciding score in what time remains.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They're going to run it with Barkley, and he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 124 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Lawrence.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence
Found his target. It's Anderson.
And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Every eye in the stadium fixated on Rodrigo Blankenship.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and that'll keep this a one-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult. And that one proved to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost him the football game.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. And the Cardinals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers.